This episode dives into the realistic goals of achieving progress over striving for unattainable perfection in the cleaning industry. I will uncover 10 common mistakes that can hinder your growth and how to navigate these challenges effectively.
One, two, three, four.
Common mistakes to avoid as a cleaning business owner. Number one, underestimating the importance of training. Skipping comprehensive training for new hires can lead to inconsistent service quality. Is when you have a new hire, and depending on the location that you place that new hire at, that particular account is going to have a scope of work. So let's say, for example, you already have about three employees already at that location. You need to add a third employee to that location. If you bring on, or when you bring on a new hire, and that individual, that custodian, that cleaner has no idea about the scope of work, is going to lead to inconsistent service quality. That's just the fact of the matter. So to avoid that pitfall, continuously educate cleaning techniques, safety protocols, and customer service when bringing on a new hire.
One, two, three, four.
Number two, ignoring customer feedback. Not taking customer complaints or work orders and suggestions seriously can damage your reputation. So when a customer reaches out to you, whether that's through a note, an email, it may even be through one of your custodians, and they bring up an area of concern, it is very important that you take the time out to contact the customer and discuss their feedback, discuss the area of concern. It can simply just be a misunderstanding in the scope of work and something that can be resolved immediately.
I hustle hard. I don't think you really understand what I went through to get to where I land. Doing 24-hour shifts and being away from my fam.
Number three, failing to adapt to new technologies. Sticking to traditional methods without exploring new cleaning innovations can put your business at a disadvantage. And that just boils down to time versus savings as a clear example. So if you're doing disinfecting, you can use an electrostatic machine versus typical wiping down, and you can cut your time in half and wind up getting more quality out of that disinfectant using the electrostatic machine than you would typically wiping down with a rag. Number four, neglecting employee satisfaction. Your staff is your most valuable asset. And if you need me to remind you that your staff is your most valuable asset and you're a commercial cleaning owner, all I have to say to you is get about $7,000 to $8,000 worth of accounts per month and try cleaning them yourself. The young people, they are our connection to the future. Give back to your local community. This message is sponsored and approved by JMD Janitorial. Number five, lacking a clear communication strategy. Ineffective communication with your clients and within your team can lead to misunderstanding and plenty of errors. Now, take it from my own experience. When the left hand doesn't know what the right hand is doing, it's only going to lead to complaints, work orders, miscommunication, and it's going to lead to inefficiencies. It is very important that you have a structure even within any account that you're servicing.
One, two, three, four.
Number seven, not having proper insurance and licenses. Skipping on the necessary legal protection exposes your business to significant risk. Let's just go with the elephant in the room. Making certain that you have the proper coverage especially for workmen's compensation insurance. It is very important just in case or should one of your employees are injured at work, then you have sufficient coverage to allow that employee to deal with workman compensation and be fairly compensated for their injury. That really has no true bearing on your business. It's no different than having motor vehicle insurance. Of course, you don't want anyone to get injured, especially while they're cleaning or doing any job, but it's in human nature. And that's the purpose of having that proper in coverage in case someone does get hurt, then it limits the liability that you or your business will absorb.
One, one, two, two, three.
Number 8, underpricing your services. Setting prices too low to attract customers can undervalue your services and make it difficult to cover costs and or invest in your growth and development as a business. Conduct market research to set competitive yet sustainable pricing. And that's very important because some people, I'm not going to name any names, but there are a lot of cleaning companies or businesses you come across very desperate when you go and do a walkthrough. Someone wants to get an estimate from you. You don't have any measurements. You don't know the square footage of the location. You're not writing down notes as far as what type of scope of work and what are the level of expectations that are going to be outlined within that contract. And then you go in there and say, look around. You know what? I'll do this job for $2,000 a month. Now, how many employees are you going to have at that particular location? Are they W-2 employees? How much is the cleaning solution going to cost you at that location? How much is your payroll going to cost you at that location? These are all important factors when you're creating an estimate after doing a walkthrough that you want to provide the customer. This will allow you to have competitive yet comprehensive pricing.
One, two, two, three.
Number 9, overextension. Taking on too many clients or services without the resources to handle them can compromise your quality of your service. And that's just known as bursting at the seams. Yeah, it would be very nice for me to do $1 million a month in cleaning contracts, but there's a lot that go into that, and there's a lot to unpack there. So there's levels to the cleaning industry, there's levels to the music industry, entertainment, to acting, anything that you want to name, there's levels to it. And having projected sustainable growth is very, very important. That means that you're calculated. You are going to assume some levels of risk, and there's going to be some levels of faith that you're going to take on some projects, but you want to have resources in place. If you have to scale up in, the next 3 months, who are you going to get for your employees to service that location? What type of training are they going to have? How much equipment do you need to get that account service?
One, two, two, three.
Don't overextend yourself. Make sure that you can handle the accounts. That way, throughout all of your accounts, there's consistency within the quality of your services.
One, two, three.
Number 10, ignoring health and safety regulations. Failing to stay updated and comply with health and safety regulations can result in fines and damage to your credibility. So, if you have an account and let's say there's 50 to 100 employees at that location, personally for JMD Janitorial, it doesn't matter if there's 5 employees at that location, we're going to have what is required at each of our locations, and that is the SDS sheets. You may know it as the MSDS sheets. These are sheets that are required for these accounts. So therefore, in case there's any type of issues with the fire department that needs to go into that location, they know what type of chemicals are stored.
One, two, three.
Being abreast to the safety regulations through OSHA, through updated training, is ultimately important. And that goes hand in hand with the quality of your services. And your customers will appreciate that. And treat each customer, whether that's a small mom and pop shop or that's a large corporation. You want to make sure that you're consistent across each of these particular customer segments.
One, two, three.
As I wrap up today's insightful journey on the pursuit of progress and navigating common mistakes, pitfalls in the commercial cleaning industry, it's clear that the path to succeed is paved with continuous learning. It's ups and downs, it's adaptation, and it's a commitment to keep pushing forward. In the world of commercial cleaning, perfection is a moving target, but progress is always within reach and can be easily measured. This episode has armed you with the knowledge and inspiration to refine your approach, prioritize your team's well being, and deepen your connection with those customers that you serve. Innovate without fear and build a business that thrives on integrity, quality, and customer service. Thank you for tuning in to the Clean Sweep Podcast, powered by JMD Janitorial. Until the next time, keep making progress and remember, the best is yet to come. I'm your host, IJUST McIntosh. If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button, like, share, post a comment. Until the next time, peace all and be victorious.
One, two, three, four. Move easy. 1, 2, 3, 4. Be easy. I got the throne is one of my favorite joints, so I already know. Stay on point.